What's up, guys? We are down at the National Corvette Museum. They are having a Hot Wheels exhibit down here. So if you are a Hot Wheels enthusiast or a sports car enthusiast, in either way, this is probably something that you're going to be interested in. We're going to go in now, check them out, see what all they got. If you are into Corvettes or cars in general, let me know down in the comments below. Also, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go have some fun, shall we? Thing you can do, guys, if you buy a Corvette, you can actually pick it up here at the museum, as you can see these folks doing now. It's pretty cool. They literally, the Corvette Museum is across the road, well, not far from where the factory is. And for those of you all who think that if you pick a Corvette up from here that it is not ever put on a truck, you're wrong. I personally witnessed them unloading them. So, but pretty cool experience. You can see those folks there getting ready to drive theirs out of the museum. Showing them a few things about the way their car operates, as any dealer does, and they're getting ready to head out from the museum, literally drive it right out of the museum main floor here. This is the area when you first come in that you'll see, and they usually have folks' cars parked that have purchased one and chosen to do a museum pickup. Pretty interesting, pretty little neat experience for folks that buy Corvettes. This is a Corvette simulator that you can drive as part of it here. We're actually going to be doing that here in a few minutes. into is a lot of automotive history. It's not just the Corvette, even though that is the primary focus of the museum, but there is just a lot of sports car history throughout the room, throughout the building. You can kind of see some of the ones behind me here, as well as some of the others in the video, and it's very interesting. The Hot Wheels Museum, the Hot Wheels exhibit is at the end of the museum tour, so you guys stick around to the end of the video, and if you are a Hot Wheels enthusiast, that's where you will be able to see more on the Hot Wheels exhibit that they're having here at the National Corvette Museum. Pretty interesting the way that they have it set up in here, almost like an old city street from the years that the particular model Corvettes were from. Very interesting. Of course, back in the 50s when Corvette began, you can see some of the early models here that they have on display. A lot of informational plaques and things like that.
When the Corvette was introduced in 1953, it made a tremendous impression on many Americans. Among these was Gunter, who was very enthusiastic about General Motors' commitment to sports car engineering.
This is a plaque telling a little bit about the story of a Corvette that was entombed for a significant amount of time. You can see here back in '82, a store was purchased, the owner's request the car be removed. And there again, this car was literally behind a brick wall, as you can see there, for quite some time. And interesting story. And not only is it an interesting story, here's the car right here. This is what makes them tick. One of the things that they have done recently is restarted the factory tours of the Corvette plant, where you can actually go and watch them make these cars. And this is kind of just a cutout here from some of the cars when they were being made years ago. And pretty interesting, but again guys, if you want to see it in action, go over to the Corvette plant and take one of their tours there. This area here has a lot of cars from the different races and stuff like that you can see, and you know, they have little video clips going actually talking a little bit about some of the races. They have the cars, as you can see here, as well as some of the various trophies and other memorabilia from the various races that they were in. And very interesting. You can kind of see some more of the history here. Just some of the things that they have on display. 89 Corvette Challenge, and you can see the car right there. That's one of the things that makes this museum pretty interesting, is they tell you about the history of a particular car, and then you can look at the actual car knowing a little bit more about the story. And we're just going to continue on, see what else we can see. kind of a behind the scenes, guys. We can't see that, but they're looks like they're doing some new exhibits here. They're in the middle of working on them, so they do have a big section of it blocked off where the workers can work on finishing the additional exhibits and things like that. They have actually redesigned this some since the last time we were here. Some new cars, different layout, stuff like that. But it's pretty interesting, and some of the things that you can tell behind the curtain, you guys can hear the workers. It'll be interesting to see what they have there during, I'm sure sometime when they're here. I'm sure we'll come back and check them out. Show you something interesting here. You can see this big mural of a Corvette, but watch what happens when we begin getting closer and closer. This entire mural was done using individual photos of various Corvettes, as you can see there. Very interesting. Now, for those of you all who know a little bit about the history of this area and this museum, back several years ago, there was actually a big sinkhole that collapsed underneath the museum itself. And that is the entrance to where the exhibit is for that sinkhole. They still have a lot of vehicles that were there that actually were damaged. So we're going to go in there now and check those out. Okay guys, we all know that anytime anything happens, there's a lot of social media posts about it, and there's a plaque here as part of the exhibit that shows some of the things that went through social media after the collapse. So we're just going to look at some of those. This was one of the cars that they pulled out of the hole early on, and they actually started this up. I remember seeing this in the news. They actually started this car up right after they pulled it out of the sinkhole. But there's some pretty hilarious things that we see here. Some memes and things like that that were online. And we're just going to look at a few of them here. One that I found really interesting was this one right here, the General Lee. Here's some of the videos from the sinkhole, and as well as it shows security camera video of some of the cars getting swallowed by the sinkhole. That happened real early one morning here at the museum. And we'll just show you, you can see here leading up to it, there's a report from CNN showing a clip, and you can see there the sinkhole opened up and swallowed the cars. And there they are when they were in the hole. And here in just a moment, we're actually going to go and look at some of those cars because they still have most of them here at the museum. This is kind of a 3D model showing the way that the cars were positioned. You can see here kind of a key as far as which car was where. You can actually press here, press a button, it will highlight a particular vehicle and it will light it up. This area of Kentucky is known for sinkholes and things like that. Actually, just a little bit north of here is the Cave region, Cave City, Mammoth Cave National Park, things like that. So that is something that this region is known for.
Oh my gosh, y'all!
Okay guys, we are stepping into the Sky Dome where the cars were. You can see right here in front of us all the outline as well as the actual vehicles. It's kind of interesting that they decided to keep these cars because it is such a significant piece of history of this museum. It's a good thing that they've ended up remaining here instead of basically being trashed. Some of these were well-known classics prior to the event, and they're even more known now. Here's a sinkhole outline. Well, they filled it in. Show you guys something neat. This right here. Goes down to the bottom of where the sinkhole was. Okay guys, I know that this is some of what some of you all have been waiting for, but what we're doing now is going into the Hot Wheels exhibit. So let's go check them out. As you come out of the museum, you go right through the gift shop to where you get shirts, toys, just all kinds of stuff. It's still pretty neat in here. Of course, it would not be a Hot Wheels exhibit without all kinds of toy cars. Now, they usually have these here, a lot of the toys that they have during other times as well, not just during the exhibit. Now, they've got all kinds of Hot Wheels here as well. As soon as you come out of the exhibit, right in there, into the gift shop, they've got several different ones laying out here, and of course kids are grabbing these like crazy, as you can see. Pretty fun, guys. That simulator is a lot of fun. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Guys, we're fixing to head out and get something to eat, so it's been a fun time here at the Corvette Museum. Very interesting time, very interesting place. Leave me a comment down below. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Share the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.